everybody, welcome back to the channel. For the last several videos, I think maybe 4 or 5 videos that I shot during October and November, I was looking for autumn color. And as you can see behind me, there is no color unless you like the color brown. So at this point now, I'm at a wildlife refuge on the north shore of Long Island, not too far from where I shot about a month ago. This is a National Wildlife Preserve, and it is on the shore. There's a possibility I might get some seascape images, or at least scout out some. But the main thing I'm looking to do is to maybe shoot some birds and possibly some other wildlife. I'm told that there are deer in the area. There's a fox family here. A nice lady who was passing by told me about that. So I'm hoping that that'll work out. And so let's go and see what we can find. It's probably about a mile hike to the pond where most of those animals supposedly are. And I'll be scouting out along the way. There's some possible landscape sites. There's a large glacial boulder that's not too far from there, right along, just off the shore. That might be a spot for possible sunset, because actually that part of the cape, that part of the park, I should say, faces due east. So if I get here at sunrise, it might be a potential sunrise image. So we'll see what we get. So let's go. Well, a little bit of a snafu. The trail I was heading for turns out it's closed for some reason. So had to take the alternate trail, which is a lot longer, but I presume eventually I'll get there. So let's carry on. I'm at the beach now. I didn't get to the Freshwater Pond. That's further down on another trail. I'll probably head over there a little bit later, but first I was told that there were seals hauled up on the rock right by the shore. I don't see seals, but I do see a lot of seabirds, specifically diving ducks of several species, ruddy ducks, common mergansers, a lot of gulls. But I'm too far away to get really good shots of them, so I'm going to walk down to the shore, taking another path down, or taking another path down to the shore, and hopefully once I get down there, find a good spot, I can just wait for some ducks or other birds to come along. I'll have to stay put wherever I sit. Most of them seem to be passing by those rocks over there, but it's possible if there are any seals, which the guy told me there were, then I'll be able to see them. So we'll see what's up. All right, the birdie action is getting kind of hot now. Got some mergansers, some scalps, greater scalps, I think. Gonna grab some video. Right now, see, those are black ducks right there. I didn't see them until just now. Oh, there's the merganser. All right, let me switch into photo mode. Get some stills. Oh, beautiful merganser right there. And there's some large birds off that way. Let's see, where are they? More black ducks. I'm finding that I don't really need 30 frames per second with birds on the water. Neither do I need that higher shutter speed, which then allows me to use a lower ISO, and hopefully the images, once I process them, are going to be of better quality than if they had an ISO of like 1500 or something like that. But right now, at 1/25th. Actually, I still had shutter speed up at 1/2500th of a second, but if I bring it down to like 500th of a second, my ISO, I have it on auto ISO, it's going down to like 320, and that's really much more appropriate for decent images. Although this camera's got pretty good high ISO tolerance. So I'm going to see if I can get a few more decent bird shots. If I do, you'll see them if you haven't seen them already. And then I'm going to move over to the pond because I'm told that there are some herons and egrets and maybe even foxes that hang around the freshwater pond, which is further down the trail. Well, as you could probably tell by the position of the moon and the shots I just took, it's getting late in the day. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and this time of year the sun goes down about 4:30, so I've only got a little bit of time to get over to the freshwater pond and see if there's anything over there. So I want to get going. It's really not much here. The light is pretty much gone. It's totally in shadow, so even if there were any birds in the area, I wouldn't be able to shoot them. But what I do see are some possibilities of woodland photography for another day, certainly for bird photography for another day, on a day when there's actually something here to shoot. I do want to thank a friend of mine in Canada, Simon Yates, the Ordinary Filmmaker. He's a YouTuber and gear reviewer working out of the Toronto area, and really good guy. And he helped give me some additional exposure on his channel by allowing me to guest appear a couple of times on his channel during a live cast. He did give me some props. He's been watching my channel for a while, and I really want to thank you, Simon, for the exposure and for the support. So hopefully I'll be back here maybe in the morning in another day or two, and I'll be able to shoot part 2 of this video during the morning. Certainly there will definitely be light here, and I'm looking around and seeing some possibilities of woodland images that I may be able to capture here also. If I get any more photos before I leave here, you'll see them at the end of this video. Hi everybody, welcome back. It's a couple of days after the last time you saw me, heading for the freshwater pond, or actually brackish water pond, and I've been told that there are deer about, including a buck with full rack and a couple of fawns, but I'm hoping first to get some bird sightings. So since the pond is near the shore, hopefully I'll be able to see something at the blind. And I do remember a potential landscape composition. If the water's still enough, that might work. Although, as I can see it from now, the water looks kind of ripply, so that may or may not work. Anyway, almost at the pond, camp out there, see if any herons or anything show up. And maybe even the deer if they come by for a drink. All right, so I'm at the brackish pond now. A, the water is too ripply for the reflection shot that I was thinking about, but B, right at the moment, there's no animal activity or bird activity. Actually, since I got to the park, I haven't heard a peep from anything except a couple of what are probably white-throated sparrows rummaging in the leaves. But I mean, the other day when I was here, I heard 2 woodpeckers, and there were wrens singing, and all kinds of several other different birds. But nothing so far, and nothing here at the pond. But I'm going to wait around for a while because patience is the better part of virtue when it comes to wildlife photography. And I was told that there were herons and such, and there may be some ducks or something to show up at the pond. So hopefully I'll be able to catch it. I've got my long lens with the 1.4x extender on it. So if anything does show up, I should be able to get a good shot of it. I waited around the pond for another 30 minutes, but seeing no bird or animal activity, I decided to shoot a little B-roll before moving to a new location. And that is when I fucked up. So I'm officially an idiot. I just realized that most of the video I've shot since I left the pond was in slow motion, because I set it to do some slow motion B-roll in HD 120 and forgot to set it back. So I have going to wind up narrating via voiceover about a bunch of footage that I shot and it's going to make the video a bit shorter than I thought it was going to be, but on the other hand, that might be a good thing. So here we go. Along the beach just outside of the brackish pond was a large flock of Atlantic brants, maybe 100 geese or more, feeding on seaweed in the shallow water. I picked out a few individuals in small groups to shoot as they worked their way up the beach. About 5 harbor seals were lounging around a ways offshore, basking on some boulders or lazily swimming nearby. Even with 700mm, I could only get so close. But rather than cropping way in, I considered the environment and composed these images as minimalist environmental portraits. Gulls are not my favorite birds to shoot. But this big herring gull was so kind as to pose majestically pretty close to me, so I obliged with a portrait. And finally, I caught a ring-billed gull in flight as I patrolled the shoreline. So in the field just to my left, there's a flock of dark-eyed juncos, and a few of them started flying around. I was hoping that one would land in a spot where I could get a good shot at it, and finally one did. So you're gonna see that shot right here. I'm pretty happy with it. All right, I am gonna make this an episode now. It's only a little after 3 in the afternoon, but it's getting pretty dark and the birds are pretty much settled down. Starting to get a little cool, although it's still warmer than average for this time of year. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Outside of my video fail, but I think I've got enough good pictures to make up for that. And if you like what you saw and you want to see more, please give me a subscription and a like and a comment and hit that notification bell. It's going to be right down there. And I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye now.